Oh. Hey. You're still here. Weird. Well, since you're here and I'm here, why don't we make a video? Yeah. So this week on the to-do list, I'll be taking a 2-day sail around the San Juan Islands aboard Shazam, Santa Cruze 27, for this year's Around the County race. Cue the music! I said cue the music! I arrived in Anacortes the night before the race and was greeted by Chris, RJ, and Bob. A small craft advisory was in effect with gusts in the 40s. It was an eventful evening. We ate dinner at the local yacht club. I snatched a shrimp from the water like a ninja.
Holy shit!
And we all hopped in Shazam for a very noisy and cramped night of sleep. Race day, Amy joined us, and we headed out for the start line.
It looks like we got 0.7 knots of current, but it's going to start to flip.
The sky was gray, but less windy. I use the word less lightly because the wind was still cranking once we got into Rosario Strait.
Race committee, this is number 57878, Division 5, checking in. Race committee, this is Longhorn 744445, checking in.
Race committee, this is Shazam, sail number 42269, Division 5, checking in.
Roger that, Shazam.
The starting lineup is always congested, but with 114 boats plus a stiff breeze, things became a bit more hectic.
14 minutes start. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 4, 3,
We're racing, guys.
1, drop.
We're going.
Charging north-northeast with Orcas Island to port, we observed a couple boats who raised their spinnakers and ended up broaching.
Yeah, they're struggling big time back there.
This reaffirmed our conservative sail plan to leave the spinnaker below.
All right, are you guys ready to take this down?
To give Shazam a competitive boost, we raised our largest head sail as we rounded Lawrence Point on Orcas Island.
Heads up. Hey!
Heading nearly dead downwind, Shazam was surfing waves and exceeding her hull speed.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
The larger boats were hitting speeds as fast as 25 knots. Hitting the halfway point, the wind and weather reached a crescendo. This is also the point where my lack of foul weather gear started to take its toll.
You just lick this thing?
With temperatures hovering around 40 degrees Fahrenheit and wind peaking in the low 30s, the rail was a very cold place to be. A coffee break was a perfect excuse to hang out below. Within sight of the finish line, the wind all but died, and the water turned to glass.
Yeah, we've stopped moving. I'm not registering anything here, so it's under a knot.
The slightest breeze picked up, and we threw up our kite to catch it.
Yeah, there we go. Feel that. Feel the acceleration coming up.
And just as quickly took it down when the wind shifted. The hardest part of the day was the last windless mile.
Gentleman down, motor on.
totally soaked, we sloshed our way inside to get dry and warm.
Everyone's just miserable and it smells like a wet dog.
Yeah, it's not good.
Turns out my bread bag sock covers didn't keep me dry. Not a big surprise. After dinner and several strong drinks, the idea of swimming became a reality.
Oh, not. It's very cold.
This was the capper to the night. The next morning, I totally upped my bread bag sock cover game with larger bags.
Didn't seem to get enough. We want more. Get me on the boat.
It was a beautiful morning, but wind was not part of the forecast. During the start, there was more current than wind, and we ended up moving backwards.
Yeah, copy that. My big concern right now is the 30-minute time limit for the start, but there's a little puff right now that should get people across. All right, let's do this.
We were in prime position to take advantage of that puff, and ended up being one of the few boats that crossed the start line.
Yeah, that was fun.
However, there was still a lack of wind and tons of drifting.
Pretty much as fast as we got all day.
This is for the wind gods.
Neptune's the god of the sea, actually.
Oh, it's the core one.
I'm going to drink with Poseidon.
Realizing we would never reach the halfway point at our current pace, we opted out of the race and cracked on the outboard for the long motor back to Anacortes. Day 2 was a bust. This year's round the county was feast or famine. Nothing in between. We didn't race as well as we had liked, but we did have a great time and we never overpowered the boat, unlike Double Damned. The lack of wind on day 2 was a bummer, but we made the most of it by enjoying the scenery and just having a good day out on the water. That's my time, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content. My name is Zachary Lowe. Thanks for watching the to-do list, and I'll see you next time for my next to-do list.